Hello, welcome to Psych Opinion. This is Jake with Jen and Rob. I don't think Steve
Hello.
is joining us. I don't think Steve is
Nope.
joining us this week. So to start it off, my new news is that my Facebook is full of pictures of Aurora Borealis. Yeah, see that shit? Like everybody in the East Coast sees
Yeah.
the Aurora Borealis now. I haven't seen it personally, but I'm like, I don't know, man. I look okay.
I think we're too far south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay because there's 5 billion pictures on Facebook now, so we're not missing anything. So in other news, it's kind of a little upsetting, but I just recently found out that David Copperfield is the next and newest one accused of sexual misconduct with women.
Oh.
Apparently, around 16 women have claimed that Copperfield used magic on them for sexual misdoings.
I don't know if
magic.
you're joking or if this is.
Oh, I'm not joking. It actually happened. So, yeah. So, apparently, he was accused of grooming because he pulled a couple of like 15-year-oldish. Well, yes and no. Grooming is awful. It's terrible, but he did actually like groom them and waited till they were of age, I think. So that's not great, and I'm not defending him. But at least he wasn't like, hey, you're 15, you're beautiful, you're mine, like the old 60s songs and shit. But the point is that, yeah, so a bunch of women from different backgrounds and different places and different whatever, they've all come forward now saying that David Copperfield was grooming them, pulling them on stage, texting them. Apparently one girl said he even like kind of groped her boobs on stage and her brother saw it or something. And then another woman said that he was sending her flowers and texts when she was like 16. And there was one note that he sent her that said something like, I'll be back in 2 years. Some shit like that, I guess.
Okay.
Fucking nobody, we're not fucking safe. Everybody we've ever known and loved is fucking going down for some bullshit. Well, not bullshit. I'm not saying it's bullshit. I'm saying they're full of
for good reason they're going down.
Yeah, but I'm saying but I mean, I don't know. I like David Copperfield when I was younger, so that's a bummer. They're all a bunch of fucking perverts. Everybody that's famous is a fucking unless I ever get famous, I'm not a pervert. Rob might be. All right, so the next thing is that have you guys ever seen this man?
I've seen that picture before.
You know who that is?
Isn't that like a generic dream face that people see in their dreams or something?
It's the fucking dream guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know if I dreamt this or not, but I think that Steve was talking about a movie with Nicolas Cage where he got famous for being in people's dreams.
Yep, called Dream Scenario.
So I was looking that movie up and I came across the article about this guy.
Oh.
And which his eyebrows meet, so I don't know. He might be a werewolf, Jen.
I don't know. He's got
unibrow.
It kind of reminds me of that old thing that I used to have when I was little. It's like the magnetic thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the woolly
magnetic thing, and you pull the sheet. Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. That guy.
Yeah, well, it kind of reminds me of that.
I've got a theory on that, and I'll get there in a second. But I found this shit while I was looking up that movie. And I got a little something on it. In January 2006 in New York, the patient of a well-known psychiatrist draws the face of a man that has been repeatedly appearing in her dreams. On more than one occasion, that man has given her advice on her private life. The woman swears she has never met the man in her life. That portrait lies forgotten on the psychiatrist's desk for a few days until one day another patient recognizes that face and says that the man has often visited him in his dreams. He also claims he has never seen the man in his waking life. The psychiatrist decides to send the portrait to some of his colleagues that have patients with recurrent dreams. Within a few months, 4 patients recognize the man as a frequent presence in their own dreams. All the patients refer to him as this man. From January 2006 until today, at least 8,000 people have claimed they have seen this man in their dreams in many cities all over the world: Los Angeles, Berlin, Sao Paulo, Tehran, Beijing, Rome, Barcelona, Stockholm, Paris, New Delhi, Moscow, and many more. At the moment, there is no ascertained relation or common trait among the people that have dreamed of seeing this man. Moreover, no living man has ever been recognized as resembling the man of the portrait by the people who have seen this man in their dreams.
Oh, he's never been in my dreams. I don't recognize him from my dreams.
That is the man of your dreams, Jen. So the thing is that that's really interesting, first of all. So I'm sure that that's the inspiration, because that's what it said was the inspiration for that Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah.
While he does not look like Nicolas Cage, though, I also feel like this is a pretty fucking generic looking dude.
I feel like it's the
I agree.
most generic face. You just mash all the faces of everyone in the world together, and it's going to be something similar to
Yeah,
that.
you have this guy, and that's what I was thinking when I looked at it. Is I was like, that's a really fucking generic looking guy. Now, if everybody started reporting they saw some weird looking motherfucker like Rob in their dreams, I'd be like, yo, that's weird. Like, why is everybody seeing this bearded ass, long hair,
He's just
fucking
stroking his beard all the time.
yeah? Like, what the
happening?
fuck is going on with that? But Rob's not generic. This guy's kind of generic looking, and that's my theory behind it. Is I feel like psychologically, if we have somebody in our dreams and they take on some role of some unknown character, we're probably going to use a generic looking face. And it's kind of like, anybody ever play those video games back in the day where you just get generic dude, like, and then you can dress him and change his hair and change his eyes and all that shit. Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of like that. Like, it's just generic dude. So I don't know if there's really like some psychological fucking, voodoo magic crazy shit happening here, or if it's just the most generic looking man in the world. All I can say is that his eyebrows come close together, and as we know from previous movies, that could mean that he's a werewolf. So, that's all I have to open up with is Aurora Borealis, David Copperfield, and the generic dream.
This man, yeah.
Moving on.
If any of our viewers or listeners have dreamt of him, please let us know.
Yeah.
And don't confuse him with me just because of my monster eyebrows.
Yeah. And if I've been in your dreams, tell me also, because that'd be fucking. So I think what I want to do is I want to kick tonight off by talking about this movie that I've been really excited to talk about called The Passenger.
Yay!
Holy shit, Rob disappeared.
No, where's Rob?
Well, that means we're automatically going to be looking like we're in a strip, because now he's messing up the recording.
Oh no.
Well, Rob saw The Passenger, so I'll go ahead.
I hope he comes back.
Well, if he doesn't, then the show must go on, as Queen says.
Is he coming back? There he is.
So, what's going on? Do you have an episode with the eyebrows turning into a werewolf or some shit? Or? That is from, what is that from? The eyebrow.
Can we hear?
Company of Wolves, right?
Company of Wolves, yeah. Oh no, he's gone again. Well,
this is great. It's gonna be a whole episode of wondering where Rob is. Turn into like a Where's Waldo.
Instead of exactly, that's what I was about to say.
I think we all think about the same shit a lot on the show. It's a little weird. We're all becoming one mind.
Yeah, it's almost like we hang out together almost once a week or so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, beyond that, a lot of people aren't one-minded, but Steve lately has been stealing my thoughts a lot too.
I know. I remember the last episode. That was crazy.
Yeah. He just keeps saying all the shit I'm thinking. So realistically, I'm kind of here for me and Steve tonight.
Yeah.
So just just imagine everything I'm saying times 2.
Yeah.
And that'll be for me and Steve. So anyway, until Rob gets back.
Oh, he might be coming back. Maybe.
Here we go.
Maybe.
And it's a solid time.
What?
Okay, are you back?
I think so. I don't know what's happening.
Did you hear myself? A little bit.
But
no? Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
Sounds a little weird, but anyway.
It is what it is. I was about to go somewhere else because I didn't know if you're coming back. I was going to wait for you to talk about The Passenger.
Yeah,
So,
let's talk about The Passenger.
You know what? I'm feeling generous tonight, and even though it's my topic and I brought it up, I'm going to let Jen start on The Passenger.
Oh, okay, thanks. I've only been mentioning this movie for the past, 2 episodes, I think.
Sometimes we don't get to things for a while. Nobody remembers that. They remember me saying that I watched it.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a summary. Hopefully it's not too long of a summary. I
Buckle
do
up, Rob.
I tend to do that a lot. I apologize. Um, I didn't talk very much about the end though, because I kind of didn't want to spoil it too much. Anyway, so The Passenger. It was done in 2023, and it is a thriller with psychological elements to it. So the movie starts out with a meek and mild type of guy who never stands up for himself and always does what he is told. He is afraid to confront anything or have any conflict. We see this very clearly from his mannerisms, his interactions, and even the music he listens to in the beginning. So this guy, Randy, he is at his job at a fast.
What music was he listening to in the beginning?
In the beginning, he was listening to he's going through the different stations, and he chooses easy listening station, because I mean that's pretty fitting. Like that's kind of telling already. That was like one of the very, very, very first scenes that you see is him getting into his car.
Wakes up, gets in his car. It's like 2 minutes in the movie.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't make any connection there. I thought maybe dude just like John Denver or something. Some people do.
Was it John Denver? I wasn't sure exactly who it was.
I don't know. If you say easy listening, I think of John Denver.
It's definitely in that realm of John Denver. Yes. Yeah. Definitely some easy listening tunes there. So
not easy to listen to me sing it though.
Yeah. Anyway, so this guy Randy, that's the guy, one of the main characters. He is at his job at a fast food restaurant, and he's getting bullied by one of his coworkers. Benson, another one of his coworkers, who has been watching everything, tries to stop the bullying, which doesn't work. So he sneaks to his car, gets his gun, and kills all the workers except for Randy. So that's like a pretty brutal scene, I guess. A lot of blood splatter. And then Benson, oh, hold on. Then Benson makes Randy get in the car with him. At first, it seems like a regular hostage situation, but then slowly becomes almost like a sort of dark friendship. Benson gives Randy the courage to do the things he never had the guts to do before, like getting closure from an ex-girlfriend and apologizing to his second grade teacher, whom he blinded in one eye when he was young. This is the incident that has led him to repress his feelings and has stunted his growth as a person. Later, we find out that Benson also had an incident with a teacher when he was young, and this may be the reason that Benson lashes out in anger. Because
Did we all just
What?
Did we all just assume that he was like molested? Or did he actually say that?
Yeah.
Or, like, what? He said that?
Yeah. I was
When did he
just
say
about
I don't
I was just
remember
about
him
to
saying
say
that.
that.
Yeah.
I don't remember him saying it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, tell me when he said it, Jen, please.
I'm pretty sure he does say it. I don't remember exactly how he says it. I would have to probably rewatch it to remember exactly that part.
From what I remember,
But-
he saw the dude and was like, "Hey,
Yeah,
are
he
you
saw the dude.
him? Are you that guy?
Yeah.
Back from this year when you did second grade or third grade or whatever?" And anytime that Randy Bradley tries to bring it up, he's like, "Don't talk. Don't talk about it. I can't talk about it." So like, I don't think it was actually said, but it's heavily implied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely got that impression too, that it was like sexually.
It's heavily implied.
Yeah.
I didn't think he actually said it.
Yeah.
Well, I
'Cause
have to
even
rewatch it to make sure, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, even with him like trying to help Randy out and help him try to become himself, he actually can't even talk about his trauma in the past,
Yeah.
which I found pretty interesting. It's a very weird dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah,
I really liked it.
continue with the synopsis.
Okay. Gotta find my place though.
I stole her thunder, Rob.
Later, we find out that Benson also had an incident with a teacher when he was young, and this may be the reason Benson lashes out in anger because he was possibly sexually abused. So now, as Randy is starting to realize he didn't ruin his teacher's life, and that he doesn't have to feel guilty anymore, now Benson is starting to, like, his rage is starting to escalate. And he is holding his second grade teacher hostage as well as him. So now Randy finally makes a decision. That's like towards the end, he's finally making a decision. He decides to save them, basically, and that's all I'm going to say about the ending. You'll have to like kind of watch it to really find out exactly like how that happens and what occurs at the end.
I might talk a little bit about the ending because I don't care so much about the spoilers.
I know. I just hate spoiling things for people. I
Okay.
mean, I'll say that it's like kind of it's almost like a sad ending, but it's also a hopeful ending.
Well, I want to talk about the ending because I feel like the ending is very important for this conversation because I feel like
Yeah.
the ending, I feel like so even though Vincent was like a bad guy, I mean, first of all, I think maybe it wasn't necessarily as much his fault as he obviously had some troubles being possibly molested and things.
Right.
But I don't know. It's like in the end, it's almost like he was a little bit of a anti-hero as well because really he did liberate Randy, Bradley, Randy, whatever the fuck. He did really kind of like liberate him into a normal life. We even see him at the end talking to his mother, and he's not afraid of her, and he's allowed to go do things. So I mean, I think that was super. So it's almost like when you look at the movie, even though I don't know, it reminded me of some other movies, and I'll tell you why. First of all, it kind of reminded me a little bit of the movie that we always talk about with Michael Douglas, Falling Down.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
almost like this guy who's troubled, and it's like he's a bad guy, but it's like he's also kind of not a bad guy. Like he's got a point, you know what I'm saying? That's why I almost refer to him as an anti-hero because especially the guy he killed in the beginning, like that guy was a huge dick. And
oh yeah, no, fuck that guy.
like,
He got what he deserved.
I mean, maybe he got a little more than he deserved, but still at the same time, it's kind of like that's why it reminds me of Falling Down because it's just a situation where somebody's just like fed up with the bullshit.
Yes, exactly.
And it also reminded me of when I was watching it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Meeting Evil.
I've not seen that.
Okay, so Meeting Evil is really good. It's got Samuel L. Jackson and Luke Wilson in it, and Samuel L. Jackson shows up one day. And he basically just starts like doing all this crazy shit, just like killing people, and Luke Wilson ends up like with him on a lot of this, and somehow Samuel L. Jackson makes it look like Luke Wilson was the one doing all these things. And just kind of the dynamic between the characters reminds me of Meeting Evil. And it also reminded me a little bit of Collateral, the movie with Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise, where Tom Cruise gets in a taxi cab or whatever, and Jamie Foxx is a taxi driver, and Tom Cruise starts having to drive around and do hits. Kind of that scenario where you're stuck with somebody while they're on their journey, if you will, of not necessarily great things, and kind of that dynamic of two people sort of trying to understand each other through that process. So those were movies that it reminded me of. And in this particular movie, The Passenger, I mean, I feel like it's almost like a guardian angel in a weird way, but not a good guardian, but kind of a good guardian. I think if that shit didn't happen to Randy Bradley, I don't think he probably would have not been a well-rounded human being for the rest of his life.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I get that.
So,
yeah, he was almost like a catalyst or whatever.
Yeah.
he
Well, I mean,
needed to be
Benson.
the same
set
could be
free.
said for Bradley. I mean, him trying to force Randy to do all this stuff, like it was kind of forced, in all honesty.
Yeah, it was.
But with him doing that, and seeing what Randy was going through, and it was forcing him to confront his issues as well.
Yes.
So it's, I don't know,
Pretty much at gunpoint.
yeah,
Pretty much.
somewhat friends. They're not even friends. They're just acquaintances.
Yeah. But-
just discovering more about themselves.
yeah,
In
that's what I like.
the worst
That's
way
one of the things I
possible.
like
don't know.
about. It's one of the things I like about this movie is that they almost kind of form like some kind of weird friendship. Because I mean, if you think about it, they both have had incidences in their young childhood that have helped form the way they are now. And it's like really affected them. And one of them, Benson, he like lashes out more in like anger, and makes some pretty maybe impulsive decisions. Whereas Randy Bradley, he is the opposite. So they're kind of like opposite. You know, they both probably feel some guilt because, you know, even if you have gotten like sexually abused, which we think Benson may have had some sexual abuse from a
Possibly.
teacher, yeah. You still have like a guilt within you. So I think it also, one of the main themes is guilt. Because for sure, Randy has some guilt. His is just manifested in a different way, where he just doesn't make like any decisions and just doesn't say anything or do anything except for what he's told.
It shows how two people that go through somewhat similar circumstances can turn out so different,
Yeah.
and yet can still relate to each other.
Yeah.
Another name for this movie could be Sorting Out Our Shit Together with a Gun.
No, I love the name of this movie. I love the name because when I first watched it, I was like immediately like, oh, I get why it's called The Passenger. Because, you know, Randy, he is essentially the way his character is like a passenger. He is not the driver in his situation. All throughout his life, he's never been the driver. He's always been the passenger, always like, you know, in the seat, just like riding along, going with the flow or whatever of what everybody else wants to do. Whereas, you know, Benson is the driver. Like he makes the decisions. He makes things happen. Whether or not they're good decisions and good things, it's debatable.
But then Benson is also the passenger on Randy's journey.
Yeah,
It's like metaphorical and
I
literal.
like that.
Yeah, it's a good title. It works in a lot of different ways.
I love
So
the title.
Another thing I'd like to take away from this movie is that dude's sweet ass fuzzy fucking yellow jacket coat thing.
It was
I really like that.
pretty baller. I liked it.
That was awesome. I would totally try to rock that. I really enjoyed it.
I would like to also talk about a little bit of this outfit, but not the coat. I love his shirt. I want that shirt. That shirt is like a skull with like a rabbit like bunny kind of.
It made me think of both Donnie
Donnie Darko?
Darko and Christmas Story as well. with the little
Oh, I
rabbit
didn't
suit.
make that connection, but
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
Rabbit
those gave
suit.
huge Donnie Darko vibes.
Donnie Darko,
Boom,
yes.
that was it.
What was the other guy's shirt? It was like Motorhead. Was it Motorhead?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Motorhead.
but he borrowed that from Benson when they went to his house briefly
Yeah,
to
Motorhead's
get
supposed
changed.
to be.
You know,
Yeah.
because they had
Mhm.
blood splatter like all over them,
Mhm.
so he had to get changed.
Yeah.
So that wasn't really his shirt, but yeah.
Oh, when did you start listening to Motorhead?
Yeah, exactly. His girlfriend was like,
I'm a fan.
Motorhead. That's odd. I thought you just listened to whatever easy listening Perry Manilow, John Denver stuff.
That was pretty fucking. I really think that the scene with his girlfriend really opened up his eyes a lot to himself and kind of who he is, because you know he was like almost shocked. It's kind of weird that he didn't realize that he was so uninvolved, but you know she pointed that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting to me that at first she was like, you know, she broke up with him because her cat died. And Jake, you know that I've had an incident in my life where I've been broken up with because a guy that I dated, his cat died.
Yeah, I
And it
remember you
wasn't
saying.
really, yeah, and it wasn't really like the true reason of why he broke up with me, but he used it as the excuse. And when I saw that in the movie, I was like, wow. Like the first thing I said, I was with a group of people, and I was like, wow, I've actually had that happen to me before.
Yeah, it wasn't because of the cat. It was actually just because Jen
No.
stinks in real life. She puts off a funny odor.
I do not.
What? Oh, yeah, maybe not. I don't know. So also last thing I really have to say about this, and I thought that was really cute, was at the end I liked how they had like the giraffe Build-A-Bear at the table with
Yes.
the crocodile or alligator Build-A-Bear. I don't know. I thought that was really symbolic, kind of what they're, in a very like kind of metaphorical way, what they meant to each other, kind of what the journey did. Because you see Bradley and Randy hanging out with the daughter at the end, and
Yeah.
he's like now this well-adjusted person, but you also have the giraffe with the alligator there, kind of the symbolic. I thought it was kind of symbolic of kind of the journey in their relationship and sort of that togetherness at the end that caused him to open up and be who he was.
Yeah, it is interesting that the very timid guy picked an alligator, and
Yeah.
the aggressive type A, let's do stuff, picked a giraffe. It was just interesting that that's what each of their personalities went for.
You ever
which was
seen a giraffe
interesting.
fight? Because that's some really cool shit. They like
They
swing their
kick.
whole fucking head.
Oh.
No, they actually swing their whole head too. They try to hit people with they try to headbutt them with that long ass neck. They
Oh.
don't use their head like a hammer. It's really interesting.
That's why they have those little knobs on the tops.
Correct.
Yeah.
They got the Shrek knobs.
I thought it was pretty interesting at the end, since we're talking about the end, that it ends up like the last scene is at the teacher's house that he blinded, and he's teaching his teacher's daughter
Yeah.
the thing that blinded his mom.
That blinded the teacher. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, that's odd, but
That was
okay,
odd.
you.
My first thought on that was like, is this some kind of sick joke? But and then I thought it'd be fucking. And then I was like, man, if this movie ends with the daughter flicking that thing into her mother's eye,
And get the other one.
Like I'm just gonna die. Like it's just I can't ever. That's it. I've seen the best thing ever. It's over.
It would have totally like turned that movie into totally a different movie.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have hated it though. Not gonna lie.
So, what'd you think about this movie? Since you said you probably wouldn't have hated it, what'd you think about this one?
Yeah,
Jake,
I'm curious too.
Me?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that movie in different variations before, as I said. I'm not necessarily sure how like overall original it is. But I did like the acting and I did enjoy it. I was definitely engaged. It wasn't boring me or making me fall asleep. So
That's good.
I mean, overall, that's like a 5 instantly right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, I'd probably watch it again, but I can't say that it would be in like my rotation of shit that I watch often.
So not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I would even go as far as to say good, but not great.
Yeah.
That's close to where I was. Like I enjoyed it. I was kind of expecting a little bit more to happen. But what they did, they pulled off great. It didn't seem that original. It was just a journey. But yeah, no, it was good. But nothing is what I was expecting. I was expecting a little bit more. But
yeah,
nah,
I mean, we heard Jen rave about this movie for 4 fucking weeks.
It was good. I'll definitely give it that.
I mean, I was expecting it to be the best thing ever.
I did say that by now it's going to be overhyped. I did give that warning.
I do remember you saying
that. Because like now I've been like, trying to like talk about it for so long that now it's like built up so big in everyone's minds. But no, I do love this movie. I would actually say that I love it more than I like it. I just think it's like a really interesting like character study. I think the writing was well done. I haven't actually seen this dynamic that much in a lot of movies. I mean, I have seen, of course, Falling Down. But I haven't seen anything quite like that in other movies. So maybe that's why I like it so much, because I'm not really comparing it to other things like that. But yeah, I just thought it was like really cool. Like the whole like character dynamic, the whole like psychology behind it, how they kind of like helped each other. I thought the ending was pretty good because, I mean, first of all, it's not like what we were talking about in previous episodes where they just like end it, like boom, it's done.
We actually got closure. Yeah,
we got some closure. And it wasn't like a super sappy ending because of what happens right before the very very end. It was like kind of a sad, but then also hopeful at the end. It was sad to me because even though Benson is a little bit more of a villain kind of type or an antagonist, I guess you'd say. We still feel for him. I felt for him. I had sympathy for him, so I cared when what happened at the end happened.
Well, I think even sometimes bad guys are still victims of their own circumstance,
Yes, exactly.
And I think that in his case, that was kind of what was going on there, was he was a victim of his own circumstance.
Yeah.
Which also reminds me of so the other night I was watching something, I forget. I don't think I watched the whole thing, but it was some kind of demonic movie and they were looking for a virgin or some shit. And I was like, it's really funny because horror movies send such mixed signals. It's if it's a demonic movie, being a virgin is a bad thing. If it's a slasher movie, being a virgin is a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That feels like mixed signals, It depends on what kind of movie you're in. If
right.
there starts to be some demon shit, go get laid. However, if you're in the woods and you hear you might want to go ahead and stop getting laid. Or if you just feel like you're screwed anyway, go ahead and do what you got to do. But you know what else I never see in any movie, romantic comedy, horror, or anything else, when people fuck on the beach, I never hear anybody complain. And that's very puzzling to me. Because you'd think at least the next day somebody would wake up and be like, oh my God, I feel like half of my dick's been sanded off.
Yeah.
But you never hear that. So I mean, it's if I ever make a movie, I'm going to put the reality, I'm gonna have a raunchy beach sex scene, and in the morning I'm gonna have them both just oh my God, my fucking genitals hurt, and then have them get in the water and be like, because that's the reality of fucking beach sex.
Thanks. Yeah.
No, you can call it the nitty gritty.
Fucking terrible. Anyone who's had beach sex knows that you should not have beach sex. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's a one and done kind of thing. You learn your lesson quick. Kind of like that it's kind of like that warming lube shit where you're
oh yeah,
might be a good sensation, and then you're like, wow, we're literally fucking making a campfire with our crotches right now. What the fuck is going on?
Is it supposed to burn this much? Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah.
It's warming, so it's not so bad at first, but by the end, you're literally just I
think that's from the friction, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know
Maybe
why
it's
they
not
made that stuff. I don't think they tested it before they put it on the shelves.
Yeah.
As if they did, they would have been like, this isn't that. It's like icy hot or something of sex. It's wow, this is nice, good lube or whatever. And then you're like, holy shit, my dog is burning off. Yeah, fucking singe marks on your fucking pubic hair. I don't know. Anyway, that's my thought on that. Did anybody have anything pressing they wanted to add? Because I had this whole thing from a couple episodes I talked about where they were selling some shit on eBay. I want to discuss that for a minute, unless you guys got something you'd really like to talk about before that.
No, I'm good. I've had a crazy week, so I haven't had the time to really get anything together for the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I feel you. I've kind of had a little bit of a crazy week myself.
It's a good thing that this is a topicless episode. This is a little, I'm not going to lie, if I read the whole descriptions, it is a little bit wordy, but it's really kind of an interesting thing. So these are real things on eBay, guys, just so you know, because that needs to be said.
Pull out your credit card. Let's start bidding.
Get ready. So I'm just going to go with this one first. Yeah, that one is really long. So I'm going to go with this one first. For $65, you can get real haunted dolls and enchanted items. This one is Bozo the Clown Phone. Haunted? ? What an awesome item to add to your Bozo the Clown collection. This Bozo phone is in great shape, almost new-like.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a real item. Somebody's trying to sell their Bozo the Clown Phone. which I'm a big clown fan, so that's kind of cool to me. But it's like, I don't know if they're really trying to use the haunted thing as like a selling point or not, because I'm not really trying to buy haunted shit. Like, I feel like I would be more likely to buy the Bozo the Clown phone without it being haunted. And I'm not really sure what the price would be if it wasn't haunted. Like, does that change? Does it go up or down?
Oh, it depends on the market they're trying to advertise it to. Like, I'm not sure who, like, the demographic of who wants to buy haunted clown stuff, or just clown stuff in general. I mean, that's aside from Jake, but
I like my clown stuff, man.
maybe it usually goes hand in hand.
I mean,
Maybe the majority of clown connoisseurs also enjoy haunted things. I don't know.
so that's
I wouldn't
don't
buy
know.
it.
I have a lot of questions about that one. Before I
I
bought
don't like
that
clowns
phone,
that much. So
I would need to really like find out what's going on. And it doesn't say any details. It's like haunted question mark. Like why? Because it looks creepy because it's a fucking clown. I mean, does the thing ring on its own? Do you fucking answer it and there's like
that's
sounds
what I
or
want to
what?
know. I want to know does it have like some sort of thing like where you pick up the phone and it says things? You know? Yeah. I don't remember. I don't remember that much about Bozo the Clown. I did watch him a little bit when I was younger. All I remember is they would play like these little games. I think they were like with balls, like putting a ball into a cup. Oh my god, it was like beer pong.
So maybe if you answer it, he's
I
like,
just
"Want to play with
realized-
my
I just
balls?
realized it's kinda like beer pong.
Play with
or
my
like
balls."
skee ball or a skee ball
Skee ball.
shit or something.
Skee ball.
I don't
Either way,
know.
you're
It's
playing with
been
the clown's
so
balls.
long since
It was
I've
a long
even
time
thought about
ago.
Bozo. Yeah,
Yeah.
very long time ago.
Yeah. I
So
was
you're
probably
playing.
like, I don't know, 4,
So
3. Mm.
so maybe Bozo the Clown calls you up on the phone to see if you want to come over and play beer pong.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I think $65 is selling yourself short if that's the case.
Yeah,
But you should be specific about that because I would definitely pay like 73. I'm gonna go play beer pong with Bozo as well.
73
So,
exactly. For some reason.
I
That
mean, it's a good number. 73 is right about where I'm at. So this next one, there was actually a picture. So imagine like a rundown, shitty fucking home that like probably you would see a few people like strung out on heroin or something like that in the corners, and there's a gigantic fucking pile of teddy bears. Okay, so that's what the picture looks like. This one is $25 per item. And this is going into the 1800s home. We soon found out that there was something extremely odd about this haunted home. It was full of teddy bears. The ghost pictures you see are from that exact location. The thing standing in the doorway, guarding the room full of bears, is where I will retrieve and send to you. I am not responsible if something follows you home. Now, how's it following me home if you're fucking mailing it to me? Like, it's following the bear to my home, first of all. So, what the fuck? But I am not responsible. Okay, it looks like she is protecting them. Now, I saw the ghost picture, and I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. It was like literally a dark shadow on a dark window or mirror or something that I didn't get it. I didn't understand.
Yeah. Probably something they fabricated.
yeah. Say, hey George, we have these 300 teddy bears. What are we gonna do with them?
Well, they do have a video investigating the house on their paranormal YouTube page, which we have the address for here. And there's the link for the video. And there's also some, I think it's included in the video that it shows him bagging up the bears.
Bag 'em and tag 'em.
So once again, I'm kind of like, why do you assume these bears are haunted, first of all? And something's protecting the bears. Like, even if that was the case, that doesn't mean that, like, so you got all these bears you're trying to sell to people. You sell 50 fucking bears. What is this spirit going to do? Like, follow 50 fucking people? I'm not really sure. I think you're just going to end up with a dirty fucking bear. Like, because it's just a pile of gross fucking bears that a homeless man is probably pissed on.
Yep, heroin bears.
That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah. Heroin bears, I like that.
So, what was it?
Mine has
Heroin
a needle
bears.
inside of it.
Heroin
Heroin bears.
Yeah, at least cocaine bears.
Yeah.
Probably these days fentanyl bears, really. Touch the shit,
Yeah.
you're going to get all sorts of fucked up. That's why the fuck they probably think they're haunted, because they touched the bears and they got all fucked up from the fentanyl. They're like, these things are fucking haunted. No, dude, that's a fentanyl overdose.
I think
Anyway.
that one is a hard pass.
It's only $25, Jen. I mean, really, and you could probably do it in 5 easy installments of $5
I
if you
just
really.
bought like I think 30 books for $25.
Wow, 30 bucks. Now,
Yeah.
see, if you didn't buy 30 books, you could have gotten yourself a
It
haunted
was a
homeless
deal.
piss bear.
No thanks. I'd rather get all those books, which like almost more than half of them I actually wanted anyway. So it was an extremely good deal. I don't know. I'm happy about that purchase.
Yeah, that's much better than Haunted Teddy Bear.
Yeah.
Get more use
Well,
out of it.
Yeah.
if we move on, I have another clown one for you.
Ooh, hit us
Yay,
with it.
clown.
So this one here is the starting bid is $666
Ooh,
and 66 cents.
okay.
I don't know why I put the 66 cents in. It's a lot more effective if
And
there's
it's
three
not-
sixes in a row.
That's
Like
weird.
he just got greedy. He was like $666 and 66 cents. Like fucking dude just dropped it. Anyway,
That's the mark of the beast, and I guess his pet dog Spot. I
that's
don't
the
know.
mark of the
Yeah.
beast and 2/3 of another beast. Maybe it's
Yeah.
maybe that beast comes packing an extra 6 sticks, if you know what I mean.
I think it was a bit overkill on the price.
Yeah, but check it out though. You can also buy it now. You don't have to bid on it. You could buy it now for $499.94.
Oh, where's the 6?
Wait,
Well, if you turn that upside down, you're looking
Oh.
at an upside down 4, 666, upside down 4. That's
Okay.
also that's something. I don't know,
That's something. That's something, all right.
That's something. So the description is this clown harbors a dark secret. Its malevolent spirit roams freely, causing mischief and mayhem wherever it goes. From mysterious whisperers in the dead of night to objects moving of their own accord. Active demonic spirit. Serious bidders only. Okay, so if you're not fucking serious, don't say you're going to pay for this for $666. If it's a joke to you, don't fucking do it. Okay. So, housing a malevolent spirit within, this clown object is not for the faint of heart. Whether you're a seasoned collector of the occult or a brave soul seeking a brush with the unknown, this artifact brings an unforgettable encounter with the paranormal. Physical description is that it's plastic, antique, and about 2.25 inches long.
Points to them for trying to hype it up.
let's say their marketing is pretty good on it.
Are you about to?
How on point it is, that's another story.
You want me to send you a link? Because you can have it for $499.94 right now.
No.
I haven't checked it in a few days, but I'm pretty sure it's still there. I don't know. That is a lot of money to spend to possibly have a brush with the unknown.
So
2.5-inch item.
yeah. So just for reference, we're just talking about like a clown doll.
I think it's just like I didn't save a picture. I'm pretty sure it's like a little clown figurine, maybe, because it's only 2.25 inches, or is that 2 feet and 2.25 inches? Is it 2.25 inches long, or is it 2 feet and 25? No, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Is it like an apostrophe or a quotation?
It's a period, 2.25 inch long.
2 point.
But like I'm sitting here and I'm like, that's this fucking big. Like what the?
Yeah.
You're gonna pay this?
It's probably like a McDonald's.
You're paying for the demon that lives inside of it.
So the actual action. Okay, I get it.
The demon of capitalism.
Yeah.
The brush with the unknown is you being a dumb fuck who put out that kind of money for nothing.
Right.
So
Plot twist: the demon of capitalism is you, sucko.
I think I figured out the mystery, and that's that the 66 cents is for the 2.25 inch long toy, and the 666 is for the demon.
Oh.
So I think that's what I got here. So
it all makes sense now.
Okay, so only $80 or best offer. I really wish that I had fucking saved the pictures because I'm gonna want it for this one too. This is
Yeah.
Ella, an enchanting sprite that transforms the ordinary into extraordinary with her elemental wizardry. Picture her with auburn hair flowing like a waterfall, wings shimmering as if ready for a celebration, and eyes holding the untold secrets of the woods. When Ella graces the world, it's like an upgrade, especially as day transitions into night. There's a laid-back whisper in the wind, as if she's crafting a low-key nighttime melody. It's not eerie. It's more like she's wrapping the world in a warm, fuzzy blanket with her enchanting lullaby. It's not just about what you see and hear. It's about the sense of misting mornings, wildflowers mingling with the earthy aroma of the forest. Ella seems to host a fragrant party for your home, inviting everyone to revel in the natural perfumes. Her magical touch guides you through spiritual meadows that high five you with enchantment.
I would pay
Okay.
for a high five of enchantment. That's pretty awesome. Hell
This thing goes on for a really long
Sounds
time,
like D&D.
and I'm not going to go unless you guys really want. I can continue, but it
I
goes
mean, it's
on
pretty
for.
epic. Is
Okay, all right,
but
I'm
well,
going.
you don't have to.
Oh.
What is the
I
item? I
want
have
to know
no
what.
idea.
Yeah, what's the item
What is it?
exactly?
Does it
The
matter?
air
It's only.
Description is great. I have no
Fairy
idea what
air
you're
freshener?
talking about.
Does it matter? It's only $80, or you're best off.
Sounds like a fairy air freshener.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens here. I don't really know. So she high fives you with enchantment, an invisible hand nudging your creative spirit, adding a splash of magic to your daily routine. Artists credit Ella as their muse, whispering ideas that transform ordinary scenes into captivating masterpieces. As the seasons unfold, Ella amplifies the spectacle. Autumn leaves don't just change color, they throw a vibrant neon glow party. It's like having front row seats to nature's dazzling show as Ella paints the world with colors that declare nature has its own style. Even winter isn't exempt. Ella's spirit dances on windows, leaving frosty patterns that share secret stories. It's not just frost on glass, it's Ella's way of saying, hey, winter can be pretty cool too.
Don't forget.
What the?
Winter
Yeah.
can be cool, maybe even ice cold.
Yet, Ella isn't just a showstopper. She's a guardian angel of those around her, adding a touch of awe to everyday life. There's no spookiness. It's about having a magical friend who turns the moon dance into the extraordinary. Ella isn't the usual fairy tale character. She's the laid-back magical companion, making everything a bit more fantastic. Ella's influence extends beyond the natural world. In her presence, the atmosphere undergoes a subtle shift. A gentle breeze, a distinct. Sorry, you're interrupting me here. What'd you say?
Good.
Okay, sorry. A gentle breeze, distinct from regular winds, carries whispers of enchantment, a comforting zephyr, a caress touching the soul with otherworldly grace. It's as if nature itself acknowledges Ella's presence, turning the moment magical. Objects respond to Ella's harmonious energy. They arrange themselves in symbolic patterns, telling stories in the language of nature's mysteries. It's not randomness. It's Ella turning surroundings into a living, breathing work of art. If you start to notice things being moved around the house, pay attention for patterns. In this enchanted realm, paranormal occurrences aren't meant to startle. It's not about fear. It's a reminder of the extraordinary potential surrounding everyone. Ella isn't here to give you chills. She's the friend offering comfort, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. Life isn't just good, it's enchanted. Communication is big with Ella, and her favorite methods are pendulum and telepathy. She loves using her energy to communicate and is one of the best communicators I've encountered.
Okay.
So are we gonna guess at what this item is? Because
Yeah, I have a guess. It's probably not right. Is
Okay.
it like? Is this anything from like Frozen? Because you keep saying Ella. Like, Just like a Frozen figurine. Or
So I would have assumed it was like some type of weird statuette that's also like a essentials oil diffuser,
yeah.
but kind of like something you would put 12 in and it lasts all year. So it would just like change over the different
All the
seasons and months. Yeah.
I'm trying to find what it is right now.
Yeah, the picture.
I'm trying to find.
I mean, that was a extremely epic just description in general.
Okay, I found the
Yes,
Bozo
it
the
was.
Clown phone.
Okay.
What did I
So
say?
the Ella thing, I feel like the person that wrote that needs to like write, I don't know, like the back covers of fantasy novels or something.
I mean, that was pretty good. Let's be honest.
I would pay
Haunted
for like a
Doll.
short story that person wrote. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I couldn't have done it without him, you know? I'm not seeing L up here. Maybe somebody bought it. I mean, that an item with that kind of description isn't going to last long.
That
I
was
mean,
pretty spectacular.
so
Yeah. How
I feel
much
like
was
we
that
just-
one?
that's only $80 or best offer.
It was.
It was how much?
$80 or best offer.
$80. Well, that's a lot in my circle. It's a lot in my life.
Well, I feel like that took a while, but I really hope that our listeners are as into it as Rob was. Let's see. If I have any
They were-
ones.
Hope they were equally enthralled.
So $74.99 each. Hello, my name is David, and I help my friend Tiffany, who is a witch and paranormal investigator, find and rehome lost spirits. The surprise box contains 2 haunted dolls and 2 enchanted items. The story of the items will come with it. I have good spirits and bad ones. So you tell me what you would rather have. Thank
Surprise!
you and best wishes. David eBay forbids sale of untangible items. This is for your entertainment. You may or may not have the same experience I've had. So we can buy a box for $74.99 that may or may not have good or bad spirits in it. We may or may not have the same experience that David had. And we're going to get the story. I hope the story is as good as the one about Ella. Maybe Ella's in the fucking box because I don't know. But
do we know the story that this David person has had? I don't believe
it's
you
pretty
said that.
short. No, that's pretty short. I think you're just used to like epic ones now because I laid that other one on you. So unfortunately, a lot of the ones that are there. Yeah. There's also people selling blessed items like coins and crosses and shit like that, but I don't know how we're supposed to know that they're actually blessed because that'd be real fucked up if you faced a demon with your blessed item from eBay and it turns out that they were just like fucking with you and it wasn't actually blessed. That'd be a bad way to find out.
Your Pope coin?
Hey, man, that is a nice Pope.
Your Pope coin.
Dude, it doesn't matter if it's fucking blessed. The Pope is on it, man. Like, if the Pope's on it, it doesn't have to be blessed. It's already blessed with his fucking presence.
Oh.
Anyway, so I kind of like these, and I'm going to get some more. I'm probably going to share some more throughout time here, and next time I'm definitely printing the pictures because I feel like I really, like, I want to know what Ella is now, and I just looked it up, and I don't want to spend the whole show looking it up. If I can find a picture of Ella, I will share it next show.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
They've really hyped it up, so
it's probably not as good as the hype. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, it's probably. I mean,
a Frozen figurine.
That was definitely like an
from McDonald's.
Yeah. she brings magic and enchantment. And some of that shit was good. Like she high fives you with the.
That
was a particularly good part.
Yeah, I like that. I like when they threw totally ordinary shit in there. God damn,
it's like very like flowery language, and then all of a sudden high fives you with enchantment or whatever it was.
She fucking chest bumps you with the flowers of the spring season. I want a chest bump with the flowers of spring. Sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Oh man,
that was
So-
very entertaining.
yeah, we're gonna get
Agreed.
some more, and I'm gonna bring pictures next time. I've realized now where my fault is, but you know, it's like the first time you do these things, you know, you're always like, what else could I have added? And that was it. Yeah. There is this one last one that's about a
Oh, another one?
haunted doll, cursed object, demonic attachment, extremely negative. Oh, this
What?
one's only $200. It's extremely negative for
Pretty
$200. If this shit was real, like I see horror movies all the time with shit like this, and they're like trying to force this shit on other people,
Yeah.
and they were fucking up the whole time. They should have went on eBay because there's a bunch of people. There's an audience for this kind of thing. You're like, you know what? I've got this box with a fucking demon in it. It tortured my children and, you know, fucking sodomized me in my sleep like that fucking, you know, what happened there with the Warrens and that one Conjuring thing or whatever. And I've got it in the box now. And, you know, I would bury it somewhere or give it to somebody else. But you know what? I'd like to make $200.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Pass the curse along.
exactly. But then you're gonna be sitting there with your friends drinking one night, like, man, not only did I get rid of the cursed item, but they fucking paid me for it. So anyway, I found this item at an antique store and immediately felt sick and chills when looking at it.
I had
When
to
I
buy it.
noticed, yeah,
So I bought it.
I found this thing and I fucking threw up.
Sold.
I've never had such intense feelings about anything in my life. I need to have it.
So yeah, there's a market for everything. apparently.
Yeah. If it induces vomiting, sold.
For $200, it'll make you ew. So really, like,
Low
what they're looking-
chunks.
yeah. So you're just really looking for like a bulimic person. Perfect
Yeah.
on-
That
Yeah,
wants
if you
to
have any-
throw up.
Yeah, if you have any friends or family that are bulimic, get them this shit. They won't have to like choke on their fingers anymore. I found this item at an antique store and immediately felt sick and chills when looking at it. When it noticed me looking at it and walking away, its eyes shifted to catch my gaze. The eyes will shift when you hold it and move it. But in this instance, it moved on its own. I knew by the way it was presented, it was used for evil. A few spirits I have had. A few spirits I have here confirmed that this object. So he's got other spirits talking about this object. That's what's going on here. I was confused. I'm sorry. So they confirmed that this object has a demonic attachment and was used by someone for ritualistic voodoo purposes. Separately, the wig. Damn it! I want a picture now because it says that separately the wig was added and put onto a stick with the intention to cause severe harm to someone. Because of the extreme negativity.
Like Clown?
I don't know.
The
There's
movie
a stick
Clown?
with a wig. Oh, like the movie Clown.
Yeah.
They have a wig with a stick.
No,
I don't
not with
even know
the
what the
stick.
fuck. I
But
don't even know what the stick
yeah,
is
that
for.
costume and wig wouldn't come off.
Separately, the wig was added and put onto a stick with the intention to cause severe harm to someone. Because of the extreme negativity or curse placed upon it, a demon attached. This person doesn't. They don't write English very well. One of the previous owners of Not the Last conjured up something extremely dark. They had the demon aid in their craft. I will say, although there is a severe activity, the demon is not looking to harm me or focus on me. Well, good for you. If anything, it almost seems as if it's inviting me and wanting me to continue the ritual onto someone else. What the fuck? And you're selling
So
this?
buy it.
Now, if you are into something like that, I am not. You would need to work closely with this demon, and it will help you
Ugh.
curse the person you are trying to curse. I will never say I condone this, though. You're fucking selling it. But I won't condone it. The activity I'll hear
But
is
they're
audible
condoning
voices.
it.
Yeah, but you don't
Yeah.
condone it, but you're selling it.
I'll
But
sell
you're
it to
selling
you. If you
like-
want to use it, you can
It's
do
like,
it.
I won't touch cocaine, but I'll do it too. Anyway, I don't know if you guys ever saw that video. But I'll do it too.
I'll do it too.
The activity I'll hear is audible voices in different languages. Whispers, tapping, the eyes will move, and you'll feel cold spots. It is very active with paranormal tools as well.
Huh?
Such as the devil's dildo.
Oh, God.
I don't know what's going on with that one.
I want to look up Devil's Dildo now.
They should make a movie called
All
Devil's Dildo.
right. The bad dragon, and oh, it's shaped
Now-
like a pineapple.
Now the
Oh,
things I
God.
feel,
Oh, wait.
South Park.
No. Wasn't there like was it a Hellraiser movie where there was like a drill type thing that went into a woman? Sorry, when you were saying like Devil's Dildo, I immediately like kind of got a picture of that in my mind. Wasn't there a later Hellraiser, not one or
Oof.
two, 3 or
F-
4?
I don't think it's 3. It might be.
I have a
post-
fuzzy memory.
Yeah, I
Fuzzy
haven't
memory.
seen all of them, but like 1, 2, and 3 are pretty solid up top for me.
Oh, maybe
I
it's
just-
4 then.
Could be. This don't think it's so bad.
I think it's a possibility that I just unlocked one of Jen's deepest, darkest, like porn videos from her childhood or something. I don't
No.
fucking know. We all know you're into weird shit, Jen.
Yeah, kind of. Anyway,
Yeah, so the things I find are wrong with that is, first
Yes.
of all, why would you buy something that makes you sick?
yeah.
Second of all, what did you pay for it if you want $200 for it? Third of
There's
all, what makes
market
you...
for like Ipecac and things that make you vomit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he was in an antique store, and
It made
then
him
the next
sick.
thing is what makes you so special the demon doesn't fuck with you? And third of all, if you don't condone it but sell it, that doesn't make
Mhm.
any fucking sense.
True.
Like, I'm really against drugs, but I definitely could get you some heroin.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for.
It's inside
Like
of
that.
this teddy bear that you can buy for the low price of $25. Or 5 easy payments of $5.99.
Yeah, watch out for
Heroin
needles, kids.
bear.
Mama, this teddy bear's got a needle in it. That's AIDS.
That's for
Anyway,
you to play doctor with.
yeah, play Dr. Day. That's how you get AIDS, folks. Just saying.
How you get heroin
And heroin.
and
Heroin.
possibly AIDS. I don't know.
But you don't share needles, kids. That's what you learned from this
That's
episode
right.
today. If there's anything you
Yeah.
learned from this episode, it's
Don't
don't
share
share needles. And $666.66 is way too goddamn much for something that you may or may not have an experience with. You could find much cheaper hookers.
Pretty sure that's too many 6s anyway, but
That is way too many 6s. That is Beyond the Devil. That's the name of a movie, Beyond the Devil.
Beyond the Devil.
What is Beyond the Devil? Maybe a bigger, scarier, more horny, not horny, but horny devil. That could be it. Like you got Peter Stormare. Peter Stormare.
Hmm.
And then behind him is dude from Legend. That
Yeah,
is fucking horny.
I know
Yeah.
that one.
I'd say whatever's beyond the devil is probably Eldritch Horror. And that's
Eldritch
gonna
Oh
be my,
yeah,
it's gonna be my
Cthulhu.
final thing. It's gonna be Cthulhu, Azathoth, Yog-Sothoth.
yeah.
Very well, it
Yeah.
could be. Well, so I've got some things to announce since we're kind of getting to that point in the show here. We did just recently do an interview with Paranormal Platform here in Greenville, North Carolina, and we have a really interesting interview where we introduce you to Tracy, who is the founder of Paranormal Platform. She is on Facebook and she's also on YouTube. She travels a lot actually and finds all kinds of paranormal interesting things. So we are supporting her. So go ahead and check her out if you want to. You can go ahead and like and comment and all that stuff, even though you don't do it for us. whatever. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into all that. No, it's pretty cool though. I'm just playing around, but it's pretty cool. Paranormal platform. So we also went back to the Pactolus Lights. If you're a local or if you're familiar with our videos, that is a local legend around here. And we went back there to do a revisit and investigation, and we may have possibly debunked it. So there's that. You guys should check that out. Those are 2 episodes that are going to be coming up as soon as I get done editing. I think that they're going to be very good episodes and pretty interesting. Beyond that, I'm also toying around with the idea of next week being it's kind of a game night. I think that'd be fun for us here on Psychopinion to kind of try something a little bit different and maybe let our imaginations fly a little bit. You know, now that I'm all inspired by Ella, my muse. I secretly bought it, guys, and I'll never show you what she looks like. She's mine.
No. Share the information. Let us know. I need to be.
I have to see it.
There. No, you can't.
It's
All
so
right,
hyped
so-
up now, though.
Yeah, that was some major hype. I mean, I don't know. We got the poem. We got like the poem for free. I don't even think we need the item. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna just copy that and paste to any item I ever saw on eBay because I was sold. They're like, I'm selling these headphones. Their name is Ella.
Search
Check
for
out-
Ella. Replace words Ella with headphones.
These headphones will
Headphones want
enchant
to give you a high five.
even in the winter. They will bring you on a magical journey. Dance to chant. So, that's the snowflakes. What do you guys got?
Are we doing a
Um,
recommendation or?
Oh, yeah, fuck, we can
Oh.
do a recommendation. I didn't know if you guys were at that point yet or not, but I was just talking about shit we've done. To be honest with you, it's really fucking hot in here. It's a possibility that I may be suffering from a heat stroke. So, just, I just wanted to throw those things out there before I die. So if you guys, let's hit some recommendations up. We got a little bit of extra time this time, so you can go into a little bit of detail, but don't go telling us like, don't read us a Stephen King.
Don't do a
Steve?
Jen and, talk for like an hour on just the synopsis. Okay, yeah.
Like Jen, shit, Steve was like going on last time. Jen, you want to start with your recommendation?
Sure. Speaking of Steve, he recommended this movie to me, and I recently watched it. I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but it's called The Cursed, and it was done in 2021. It's kind of like a gothic horror, like werewolf kind of movie. It's a little bit different from a typical werewolf movie, though. The werewolf does not look like a typical werewolf. And I thought it was pretty good. I don't love it, but I thought it was pretty decent. It had some good parts to it. There's a couple scenes that are really good. And interesting biblical references to silver, which I thought was kind of interesting. I hadn't really thought about like a biblical I can't say that word, sorry. Biblical reference with werewolves, so that kind of mix was interesting to me. Yeah, if you want to see a werewolf that doesn't quite look like a normal werewolf, then and you like gothic horror, then you might want to check that one out.
I think the last time I saw a werewolf that didn't look like a werewolf, I was watching the movie A Mexican Werewolf in Texas.
Oh, you mentioned that before. I have not seen that yet.
You did talk about that one before.
I guess that's going to be my recommendation.
Oh, okay.
I was going to
I think it
recommend
was.
something else, but I'll save that for next time.
No, I actually think you already recommended a Mexican werewolf in Texas.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe
you did. Yeah.
Well, I'll go for my other recommendation then.
Yeah, let's do that.
My recommendation is a Netflix original movie called Apostle. And
Dan Stevens.
It
Sorry.
was made in 2018.
I know that. Yeah, go ahead.
It's it takes place in I think it's 1903, 1905, something like that. So it's an older time period. And the main character is going to this island. Okay, so that's the actor.
I have a thing for Dan Stevens. Go ahead.
Apparently, okay. But yeah, he goes to this, I guess, cult island. It's this island in the middle of some sea, whatnot, and there's this crazy cult there. And they had kidnapped his sister, and he's trying to rescue her. And things that happen in that movie are pretty disturbing. They have some things that I will never forget. It's definitely one movie I've seen in the past few years that stuck with me more than most others. It's definitely one I would recommend. And I really, really enjoyed it. So that's my recommendation. Definitely, I think everyone should watch it. There's one scene that gets very gruesome. So if you don't like it's kind of like a torture scene, but it is kind of rough to watch. But most of that
genital
movie,
mutilation.
not genital.
Okay, I don't like genital mutilation. Makes my genitals tingly.
But yeah, no, the person definitely dies during it.
All right, so that's Rob's recommendation, and there is no genital. So, in the spirit of next week being game night, I would like to recommend "Would You Rather," starring Jeffrey Combs.
Jeffrey Combs.
Nice.
Yeah, Jeffrey Combs is great. Actually, you know what? This isn't my recommendation. My recommendation is "Would You Rather," because I just said that. But I loved him in The Frighteners. I don't know if you guys, we've talked about The Frighteners once before.
Frighteners?
That movie is, yeah, Frighteners.
Yeah.
I was just watching a Michael J. Fox movie earlier. It was on TV or something. Doc Hollywood, I think it was or something. But anyway, yeah. So I was thinking about Michael J. Fox, and Frighteners was fucking amazing. It's great. It's also got Jake Busey in it, which is Buseys are always fun. But I'm not talking about that fucking movie. I'm talking about Would You Rather, which is basically a bunch of people get gathered together at this fucking millionaire's house, and they have to do crazy ass shit to themselves and each other, and whoever survives gets the money.
Yeah.
Pretty good movie. I liked it. It was I mean, I wouldn't say it was the most original thing I've ever seen, but I definitely thought it was well done. And like I said, I'm into Jeffrey Combs. It's also got the dude from My Name Is Earl there. The guy's
Earl?
No, not Earl himself. It's what the hell is the guy's
This
name?
is like his best friend.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I know who
It's,
you're talking about.
Eddie Steeples is his name.
Is it? Okay.
It's the Crab Man, the guy that's with Earl's wife now.
Look like a crab, talk like a man.
I think he works at a restaurant. He sells crabs. I hope it's not because he has crabs. I haven't seen my name Earl in a while. But anyway, so I guess this would be a good time to give a quote. And my quote tonight is, "A ghost is an emotion bent out of shape, condemned to repeat itself time and time again until it rights the wrong it's done." On that note, hope you guys stay cool out there, because I am burning up. Love y'all. See you next week for game night.